Have you ever wondered how climate change is silently waging a war beneath the waves? Let's dive in. Climate change, a term we've all grown familiar with, is not just about warmer temperatures or melting ice caps. Its impact runs deeper, reaching the heart of our oceans and marine resources. Our actions, particularly the increase in carbon dioxide emissions, are causing a ripple effect that's disrupting marine ecosystems. Imagine a domino effect, but on a global scale, where one imbalance triggers another. Higher carbon dioxide levels lead to warmer oceans, which in turn cause coral bleaching and dead zones, threatening the vibrant life beneath the waves. But it doesn't stop there. These changes are also leading to extreme marine events that disrupt the rhythm of the sea and impact marine fisheries. Our oceans, once a haven for diverse marine life, are now turning into battlegrounds where species struggle to adapt and survive. This silent war beneath the waves is a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions. The ocean, a vibrant and diverse ecosystem, is under threat. But how serious is this threat? In 2022, Hurricane Ian, a Category 4 storm, struck Florida. But this was no ordinary storm. As the world watched in anticipation, the storm unfolded, its fury amplified by the warmer ocean waters beneath it. You see, warmer waters are like fuel to a storm, driving it to become more powerful, more destructive. But why were the waters warmer? The answer lies in a phenomenon that has been reshaping our world for the past few decades: climate change. The National Hurricane Center clarified this point, stating that climate change is making storms like Ian more dangerous. How so? Well, the warmer waters caused by climate change lead to heavier rainfall. Imagine the heaviest rain you've ever seen, and then picture it even heavier. That's the kind of downpour we're talking about. This, combined with stronger winds, creates a storm that's not just a little bit worse, but significantly more devastating. But it's not just about the immediate impact of the storm. The aftermath too is worsened by climate change. Flooding, destruction of infrastructure, displacement of people. These are all exacerbated when a storm is supercharged by warmer waters. And it's not just Florida. This is a global issue affecting communities across the world. Meteorologists are now integrating the impacts of climate change into their weather forecasts, a testament to the fact that our climate isn't what it used to be. The weather events we're seeing aren't just acts of nature, they're a sign of a changing world. Climate scientists are working tirelessly to attribute these extreme weather events to human-caused emissions. Their findings only emphasize the urgency of addressing climate change. This isn't just about predicting the weather, it's about understanding our impact on the world and taking steps to mitigate it. Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with our oceans? Well, everything. Our oceans are the cradle of these storms. The warmer they get, the more powerful the storms they spawn. And as we'll see in the next scenes, this is just the tip of the melting iceberg when it comes to the impacts of climate change on our oceans and marine life. The waters are getting warmer, and the storms are becoming more dangerous. But what else is changing? Sea level rise isn't just a concept from a dystopian novel. It's happening right now, right here. A recent study led by the diligent researchers at Rutgers University has unveiled a sobering truth. The sea level rise along the northeast coast, including places like New York City, is accelerating at a pace we've never seen in the last 2,000 years. And this alarming surge has been the most rapid in just the past 100 years. What's causing this rise? The study introduces a concept called sea level budgets. It's a way to analyze the various contributors to these rising water levels, with regional land sinking being a significant factor. But the most significant driver? Human-induced climate change, particularly from carbon dioxide emissions. Our actions, our industries, our lifestyles, they're all playing a part in this story, and it's not just a local phenomenon. Global factors such as glacier and ice sheet melt are contributing to this sea level rise. The study attributes this recent acceleration to human activities. We're not just spectators in this event, we're the leading actors. But what does this mean for us, for our future? The study predicts a continued increase in sea levels. This isn't just about a few extra inches of water, it's about more frequent flooding events, heightened risks during extreme weather events like hurricanes. As the sea levels rise, so do our problems, but who is most affected by these changes? Imagine waking up one day to find your livelihood threatened. For many, this is not just a nightmare, but a harsh reality. In the heart of our planet's vast oceans, a silent catastrophe is unfolding. Climate change is not just melting glaciers and causing storms, it's also disrupting the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. Subsistence fishermen who depend on the ocean's bounty for their survival are finding their nets coming up empty more often than not. The culprit? Warmer waters brought about by human-induced climate change. These warmer conditions are not conducive to the growth and survival of many species of fish. It's a domino effect. The fish decline and so do the fishermen's catches. But it's not just the fish populations that are in danger. Warmer ocean temperatures also lead to coral bleaching, a phenomenon where corals expel the algae living in their tissues, causing them to turn completely white. This is not just an aesthetic issue. These corals provide shelter and hunting grounds for a diverse range of marine species. Their decline could spell disaster for countless forms of marine wildlife. The impacts are also felt in the commercial fishing sector. The decline in harvests is causing ripples throughout the marine economy. Many coastal communities depend on the fishing industry for their livelihoods. The decline in fish populations is not just an environmental issue, but a socio-economic one as well. It's a grim picture indeed. Our oceans, once teeming with life, are slowly but surely being stripped of their vibrancy. The impacts of climate change are not just felt on land, but underwater as well. The marine economy is taking a hit, but what can we do to protect these resources? We'll explore potential solutions in our next segment. Stay tuned. The situation may seem dire, but the battle is not lost yet. As we face these formidable challenges, we're not standing idle. There's a massive global effort underway to mitigate the impacts of climate change on our oceans and marine resources. Governments, scientists, and environmental organizations are joining forces, pulling together to turn the tide. They're adopting innovative approaches, developing comprehensive recovery plans designed to restore the health of our marine ecosystems. One major focus is reducing carbon dioxide emissions, the primary driver of climate change. This involves transitioning to renewable energy sources, promoting energy efficiency, and implementing sustainable practices across all sectors of society. But the recovery process isn't just about prevention, it's also about adaptation and resilience. We're working to strengthen the resilience of marine species and habitats, helping them adjust to new environmental conditions. This involves protecting and restoring vital habitats, managing fisheries sustainably, and taking steps to conserve biodiversity. Research is another critical component of the recovery effort. Scientists are striving to better understand the complex interplay of climate change and marine ecosystems. They're using advanced technologies to monitor changes in ocean conditions and assess the impacts on marine life. The knowledge they gain is vital for informing policy decisions and guiding effective conservation actions. Yet, despite these efforts, we need to brace ourselves for a long road ahead. Recovery won't happen overnight. It may take decades before we see significant improvements, but that doesn't mean we should lose hope or stop trying. On the contrary, it underscores the urgency of our mission. Every step we take, every change we make, brings us closer to our goal. It's a journey of 1,000 miles, but we're determined to keep going. We owe it to future generations to safeguard the health and vitality of our oceans. Our oceans are crying out for help, and it's time for us to answer their call, because if we don't, who will? Climate change is not a distant threat. It's here, and it's affecting our oceans now. We have taken a deep dive into the unseen war beneath the waves, understanding how climate change intensifies storms, raises sea levels, and threatens subsistence fishing and wildlife. We've seen that human-induced emissions are driving these dramatic changes, with warmer ocean waters leading to heavier rainfall and stronger winds. We've also explored the concept of sea level budgets and the impact of global factors like glacier and ice sheet melt on rising water levels. These changes are not just statistics, they are realities affecting millions of livelihoods, ecosystems, and the marine economy on a global scale. The road to recovery may be long, and it may take decades, but it's a journey we must undertake. The time to act is now. We are not powerless in the face of this challenge. We have the power to change the course of this silent war beneath the waves. The question is, will we?